All right. News trading, where you can make a lot of money and also you can lose a lot of money at the same time too. Now, I've been trading news for about 6 years, 5, 6 years. Um, Trading news is not just about, trying to guess where price is going to go and trying to guess what the news outcome is going to be. Like, let's say if you're trading NFP, right? If you're trading NFP, you're like, okay, you know what? If NFP becomes negative, then I'm going to buy gold, or if NFP becomes positive, then I'm going to sell gold. It's not about that, because most times what can also happen is your positions can get slipped, you can get late fills, your trades can be delayed, and all those things. Like, a lot of things can happen when you're trading news. So a lot of people can lose a lot of money if you're not using stops, or if you're not being, like, on the ball. At the same time, you can make a lot of money too. Yesterday there was news on unemployment claims. I had a buy stop. Trade. I let the trade run for about maybe like 14 seconds, 15 seconds. Made about $14,500 on a 50 lot, and that was like basically maybe 20 pips, 25 pips. So it's relative to what your lot size are based on the move. So let's take a look at this chart right here together, and then we're gonna see, like, what really happened, and how could, like, you could also do this as well. Now, mind you, there are a lot of variables that go into play. There are a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. So this is Friday. All these red folder news is going to happen today. So you can expect it's going to be a very volatile Friday. So let's take a look at Thursday over here. 20th April, Thursday, we had unemployment claims. Gold went up, had a buy stop. So this is the chart. Let's see here. Go towards custom period, and we're looking at. Let's take a look at last week, right? Full life. So last week I only took. So this whole like 7 days, I only took two trades. This was a sell on pound yen. I'm going to show you this right here. The sell on pound yen was right here. You see this? This was the sell on pound yen. But, there was news coming up, so I wasn't sure if I should hold it because I wanted to trade gold. Now, if you look at pound yen, this is where we broke below the area. And then the idea was that, okay, you know what, if we've broken below support, 15-minute time frame, high volume time, then there's a very high probability we're going to continue pushing down and price move down, and, perfect. Now, gold. This was the news candle right here. So if you look on a 30-minute candle, this is where the news came in. This is the news candle. So price came down, tapped into this resistance area, and then this is where I waited for the move. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. So the buy stop was placed above the previous candle's high, right? And I'm going to tell you why and how. Well, it's not how, it's about why you're placing buy stops and sell stops at these strategic positions. Now, some people may say, oh, news is gambling. You're just having buy stops above and below the candle. Like there's an art of being profitable. It's not an art of being profitable. Like, if you're making 14,500 in 14 seconds, 15 seconds, and like, let's take a look at the last 2 weeks. Now, let's see here. I think I also traded another news. Oh, yeah, there we go. So this was another news I traded. You can look at the time. Yeah, look at the time right here. I don't remember what it was. I think it was CPI or something, but I don't really remember. Um, 12, yeah, maybe. But still, it was like a $15,600 gain. This is like a 15 pip move, and price then continued to move after that a lot. So the way, or the reason why, is because when you take a look at trends, right? If you take a look at trends on, let's say, the 1 hour and the 30-minute, what happens when you have a trend? Let's take a look at pound yen. Let's switch over towards the. All right, let's switch towards the 1 hour. Actually, let's take a look at the 15. 15-minute is much better based on what I'm trying to show you guys. All right, so we got the 15-minute right here. Now, this candle has broken and closed below support. Okay. Now, if we think that price is going to continue pushing down, what does the next candle has to do? The next candle has to make a lower low. Oh, what's this? Wrong line. The next candle has to make a lower low, right? And a lower high. Now, this low is lower than the previous candle. So if this candle breaks the low of the previous candle, then there's a very high probability price will continue pushing down. Make sense? Right? But if this candle breaks the previous candle's high, then it's not making a lower low, and then it should continue pushing back up. Right now, that all depends on volume. That all depends on how time frames are formed and stuff like that. Now, but the basic idea is this, right? Once the candle breaks the low of the previous candle and there's volume in the market, there's a very high probability price is going to continue pushing in that direction. Now, when it comes to news, a lot of different things can happen, right? The number one thing can happen with news is that once the candle breaks the low, right, it can continue to push up. Now, my rule of thumb with news is that if price breaks the low and if I have a sell stop right here, it gets activated and price moves back up. As soon as it gets up to like 10, 15 pip drawdown, I close the trade, right? So that even if I do win, I'm break even or I'm in profits because, like, most moves that are like a lot of volume, like if you don't get slipped and you make like, a bunch of money. Now, that was the same thing with gold right here as well, right? So once the candle formed, I was like, okay, you know what? If we're going to break the high of the 15-minute candle, because like, we came up, made a high, came down, and came up, made a high, came down. So the idea was that we should retest this area at 2004. Okay, so I had a buy stop above this area, and I was like, okay, there has to be volume, price has to break the high, and then we should continue to tap into 2004 and then eventually go up to like 2007, 2008. Now price activated the buy stop, and I'm like, okay, you know what, if price comes into a 10 to 15 pip drawdown, I'm going to close the trade, I'm going to take my $5,000 6,000 loss, and then I'm going to let the rest run. But price activated the buy stop, and then it continued to push up, continued moving, and I'm like, okay, you know what, perfect. So these are the odds that you're playing with. It is now remember, news is risky. You will get slipped. It all depends on how much you get slipped, right? The bigger the actually, then we're going to go into another topic, whatever, right? But this is the main thing with news. How I'm trading, what works for me, like my favorite way to trade news is to have buy stops above the candle and buy stops below the candle, and like in the longer or in like a big scheme of things, you're gonna have a profitable result. Hope this helped. Hope like this was some sort of light shown on the strategy I use for news. Like it's very, very risky, it's not always profitable, right? So so you got to go through like a lot of news events like FOMC, NFP, you got CPI, you got retail sales, you got unemployment data, you got ADP sometimes, it's like all these news events like over the course of a year. So good luck, take care, and hope you don't fuck yourself up with this.